In this video, I'd like to look at the microcode, the steps that lie underneath a single assembly level or machine language level instruction of load the accumulator. So first of all, we're going to deal with a very simple sort of model architecture. And the instruction that we're talking about, load accumulator A, is going to consist of one opcode and one operand. So the opcode designates what you're going to do, the action, the operation, what you're going to do, and the operand is some data you need to perform that task. So let's just have a peek at our architecture that we're thinking about here. And we are going to the accumulator, we're saying load the accumulator. So we're going to put a value in the accumulator, and the accumulator is the primary register associated with the ALU, the arithmetic logic unit. So we're setting up to do some arithmetic or some logic on some data, and we want to get the data over to the accumulator so that we can do that. So that is our goal here. Okay. So I've said vaguely what we mean by load accumulator A, but there's more to it than that. And so we have the action and we have the data, but there are variations on the action and depending on what we mean by the data. And these are known as the addressing modes. And I'm just going to talk about 3. There are more. I have a link to a video at the bottom that you see there, and that has talks about more than what I'm going to talk about. So I'll say the normal, or the I think he calls it the direct. Load is, so you have the opcode and the operand, so you have a piece of data, and in load, the piece of data is an address, a memory address, and then it's the value at that address that we want. So that involves one address. If we said load immediate, and that's the one that I'm going to discuss the sort of all the little steps for, but I want to make this distinction before we get into it. So the first one, load, there is the opcode, what we're going to do, and then the data is an address. And so then we'll take that address, we'll go to memory, add that address, grab a value. It's that value that we'll put in the accumulator. If we said load immediate, which is a different opcode, a variation on the instruction, so a different opcode, then the data would be sort of the value that we want to. So we're going to send that value straight over to the accumulator. So there's an opcode and an operand, and in load immediate, the operand is what should eventually appear in the accumulator. Load indirect sort of involves 2 addresses. So there's the opcode is an address, and then at that address is a second address, and then you go to that second address and finally find the data, the value that you want to put in the accumulator. Okay, so load immediate, what you're putting in is straight away data. When you're working with a load and you're working with an address, think of that as sort of a variable. So you have then your variable sort of refers to an address in memory, and then you go get the value of that variable. And indirect might be, say, a variable in a subroutine. So you have some indirectness there where you're sort of the main program and the subroutine may be sort of sharing that value. If it's passed in a certain way or a global variable, what have you. Okay, so, and we're going to be working again with the load, the sort of a simple variable, the one with an address. So what's next? Okay, so now we're going to start breaking that down. And again, remembering that we have this simple architecture. And we're going to assume that the program is already loaded and in memory. So all the data and program were sort of in the middle of some program, running some program, and we come across this instruction. And the first thing we need to do is come across the instruction that we are getting ready to, we've executed some code, we're in the middle of a program, and now we're ready to execute the next line of code. And the program counter, the job of the program counter in our architecture, job of the program counter is to tell us where the next line of code is. So they're in memory, we have a mixture of instructions and data, and we want to know where the next line of code is, where the next instruction is coming from. And it's the job of the program counter to remind us of that. And so the program counter does not directly connect to memory. That's the job of the memory address register. And so we need to get what's in the program counter into the address register. So that is our step one. Get what's in the program counter over to the memory address register. So that now the memory address register is pointing to that line in memory of the instruction that we're interested in. So that was step one, called here the address state. Step two is our normal progression through a program will be linear, so that we're setting up for the next time. So the program counter is a counter. It is designed to know how to increment, to change its value. And so that is it. The next thing we will do is increment the program counter. So that's just here, the program counter, it has various actions. It can give its value to somebody. It could take a value from somebody. It can sort of change its value on its own by incrementing. And so step two is for it to increment so that the next time we fetch, we will be fetching the next instruction. We'll be moving through our program linearly. The third step, and I point out here that we still don't know what we're doing. We still don't know that it is a load that we're doing. But this is the point at which we find out what we're doing. So we are now from steps 1 and 2 in memory, we are pointing at that load accumulator A instruction, and we are going to move that instruction out. So the address is pointing to that line of code, load accumulator A. We're going to move it through our data register out onto the bus, down the bus, if you will, and over into the instruction register. That's where we will hold an instruction so that we know what it is while we are executing it. So now we finally know what we're going to be doing. We're going to be loading accumulator A, but these first steps we need to figure out what it is we're going to do. So we are fetching the instruction. So these all go together. They're always the same, and you are fetching the instruction so you know what you're doing. Okay. So again, those states together represent the fetch cycle, where we're just finding out what it is we want to do. Now we're ready. Now we have the instruction in the instruction register. And so now that is communicating with control. So now it is the specific instruction is communicating with control and telling us what to do. And what we want to do is load accumulator A. And we are doing that direct version where we had, again, the instruction was an opcode and operand. And so the data portion is an address, and it's an address of memory. And so if you have an address, then you want the address to be put into the memory address register. So that is this next step. So again, this first item here in my list is just saying that everything that follows is part of the execution cycle, distinct from the fetch cycle. And now what we are doing is the instruction. Part of the instruction was the operand, that data, and we're going to, in this pretend simple architecture, take that data portion and take it to the memory address register. So we had our instruction, there's sort of part of the instruction. So we had an opcode and an operand. We're going to take the operand part, which is an address, and we're going to take it to the memory address register. So that was sort of step 4. And now we are pointing at the value. So the memory address register always points at what we're dealing with in memory. Sometimes it's an instruction, and sometimes it's data. This time it's data. And now we are going to, in this step 5 here, we're going to take that data that's now being pointed to. Oops. So erase that. So now we're ready for step 5. We are pointing at the data we want. We're going to take that data through the data register onto the bus, up the bus in this case, over to the accumulator, and take that data and put it in the accumulator. So we have done a load direct accumulator A. So our operand of the instruction was an address. We moved that address into the memory address register. That was step 4. And now that we're pointing to the data we want, we're moving that through the data register onto the accumulator. So it's ready, sitting there next to the ALU for us to perform some arithmetic or logic on in the next step. And this last step is sort of not a step at all, but sometimes when you have an architecture, you have some instructions are easier than others. And so you might, for reasons, want to make the instructions of sort of a uniform length. And so there might be simpler instructions may have a step that is sort of not needed for them, but needed for more complicated instruction. So that might be a no op. So nothing might. So if we designated there were 6 steps to all of our instructions, an instruction like this may have no operation on the 6th step. If we had done, we mentioned those addressing states. The load immediate might have been even simpler. It might have had 2 no ops. The load indirect would have required another step and required the 6th step. So if we wanted all of those load instructions to all take the same number of steps, then we would occasionally need these steps where nothing happens, or no operation, no op steps. Okay. And here I'm just showing you the architecture again. So we had our 6 steps. Get the program counter's value over to the memory address register, increment them. That's step 1, the address state I'm calling it here, increment. Step 2 was increment the program counter, just getting it ready for the next time. Doesn't really involve anything. The control is telling the program counter to increment. Not much else involved there. Memory state is get the line of the program, which is an instruction, over to the instruction register, which allows it to communicate with control. And that was the fetch cycle. Execution, now we're doing a specific instruction. So it's different depending on different instructions, but here we're doing that load direct accumulator. Our operand, our piece of data that's part of the instruction in the instruction register, was an address. Get that over to the memory address register. That was step 4. And now that we're pointing to the value we want to put in the accumulator, step 5 was to move that value over to the accumulator. And step 6 was to do nothing, to rest, no operation. That's all I wanted to do in this video. Thank you.